guys, looks like we've got a minor water leak right at the front of the car here. See what's dribbling on the ground there. It does look a little bit soapy, which tells me that it's likely that it's the windscreen washer reservoir leaking. Now it's not uncommon for the pumps to leak, or the grommets, so to access that, it lives behind the bumper here, so we need to remove the front wheel and then just release the front fender liner there. We'll pull it back, we'll just inspect them two pumps, see what it's looking like. So even though your washer filler neck's up the top here in the engine bay, that actually snakes right down to your reservoir, which lives just behind the bumper there. So we'll gain access to that and we'll take a look. So we'll start off by jacking up the front of the car and removing the front left wheel. Okay, so now we've got the wheel out of the way, we've got access to the wheel liner, which we need to fold this back to be able to get into where we want to be. You see it's already leaking there. So we've got a T25 bolt there, there should be another one there, I've got one missing, and then we've got some 8mm hex head bolts, one there, one there. It's probably worth taking that one out as well, just to give us enough slack to pull that back and out of the way. Okay, so now we've got the wheel liner out the way and pulled out the back. I just got it tucked behind the brake disc there, just gives us a bit of access. Now then, you can see this pump here, that one's for your windscreen washer, this one here is for your headlamp washer. You can see it's this one leaking. Weirdly enough, it's usually this one that's found to be leaking, very common problem. These, not so much for the headlamps, but anyhow, what we need to do next is we'll pull the hose off here, and then we'll pull the pump out, and then we'll remove the electrical connector. Probably see a fair bit of washer fluid come out once I get this off. It's still about half full. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Got the culprit out, the leaky one. So the last thing to do here is just remove this little rubber grommet. Obviously I should have a little strainer in also. Yeah, there we go, it's all falling to bits. So just like that. Obviously this bit of rubber's, what, 15 years old now, so it just gets hard, dry and cracked, so it's worth changing out with the pump. Comes with a little strainer. Okay, so here's our new bits and pieces. We'll get these packets opened up and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, we've got the new windscreen washer pump here. Now this is a VDO brand, the one I've bought. That's OEM, which basically means it came out the same factory as a genuine BMW one, just cost you a little bit less money. You can go Febby ones, they're real cheap, but they don't have the same flow rate as one of these. This is the same as what came out of factory, so good idea to go one of them. And of course we've got the little grommet strainer thing here. New one, nice and pliable compared to the old one we took out. It's gone all hard and cracked and crusty. And then I've also grabbed one of these for the headlamp washer pump, just to replace the grommet, because like I say, that'll be getting all hard and crusty like the windshield washer pump grommet there. So it's worth changing out just while you got the wheel liner pulled back, and might as well get it done. They're cheap enough, I think it's about $5 or something. So what I'll do is I'll leave part numbers in the description for these bits and pieces. Okay, let's get them fitted on the car. Okay, so it's worth just giving this sealing face a little bit of a wipe round before we put our nice new grommet in there. Save you getting caught up on any muck or bits of grit and then causing a leak again. Trying to get it nice and clean. There we go. So the new windscreen washer pump grommet strainer to go in first. Just make sure it's all the way down. There we go. Next we'll reconnect the electrical connector to the top of the pump, and then we'll slide the pump into the new grommet, push it in place. And then we'll just reconnect the hose back onto the pump. There we have it, that's that job done. Now we'll just move over to the headlamp washer pump and we'll get this grommet changed out. So there's no need to pull off the hose or the electrical connector. We're just going to pull it up and out of the reservoir here, pull the grommet out, put the new one in, put the pump back in. Easy as that. Just the pump out. Just prise the grommet out here. There she goes. We'll just go and grab the new one. Again, we'll just give it another wipe round first. Make sure there's no muck or dirt there. We've got our nice new grommet in. There we go, just make sure it's pushed right down, nice and firm. Pop the pump back in. Right the way down, push the hose back in up there. There we go, it's sorted. That's the job done. We're just going to put the wheel liner back in position, the wheel back on, drop the car back down, and we're all done. Now I think what we'll do before we go any further, while the wheel liner is out the way, we'll just refill the reservoir and then we can just inspect it for any leaks before we put everything back together and then find out later on that there's a leak and then it's a pain to get back in there. So we'll check it now before we put everything back to bed. Bit of washer fluid first. Then we'll top it up with some water. Okay, so now I've got the washer reservoir right full. We've got a nice amount of head pressure with all that water in there, just to check out for leaks. And we can confirm dry as a bone. Perfect. So all we're left to do now is we'll pull the trigger, make sure both pumps still work, and then we'll put everything back together. Yep, the windscreen washer pump works alright. Even though the wipers go the wrong way. What's all that about? Feel free to comment in the section below if you've got an answer for that one. We can confirm around the front here that the headlamp washer pump's still operating as it should. So we'll get everything back together now. And I've got a couple of screws missing here, but I think you guys get the gist of it by now. Okay, there we have it. That's the windscreen washer pump leak fixed. Now, although this video was specific to an E60 M5, as far as I'm aware, it's pretty much the same setup with the washer pump reservoir on most of the E60s, so this will relate to that. So if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm MTech Guy, thanks for watching.